Hey guys, welcome to my defending tutorial. I'm gonna start with some basic moves and then some more advanced stuff like Lob Trough balls, how to defend them. I've only conceded, as you can see, 0.44 goals per match on average, and that's why people ask me to make a defending tutorial. And this over here may look like very bad defending. I'm running past him, but that's actually where I want to be. I want to be in this spot. I'm calling this spot the defensive position. As you can see, I'm diagonally between the opponent and the goal. That means he cannot shoot. If he goes up, we can intercept him. If he goes right, we can intercept him. He basically cannot go anywhere. He's trapped over there. So diagonally between the opponent and the goal, that is the position where you want to be. You're going to want to hold the L2 or LT button to jockey. We can do that here. As you can see, if your opponent is going to try to go around you when you are in a defensive position, you can make that interception. So I'm running past him. Is that bad defending? No, that is where I want to be. Hold the contain button, and once you get close, do press manually the tackle button, because you will not get the ball if you do not press the tackle button yourself a lot. So hold the contain button, that's L2 or LT, and once you get close, manually press the tackle button. The next section is about curve movement, and it's about how to change direction when you're defending. Basically it means we're not going to change direction by going directly the other way, but we're going to walk in a little circle whilst holding the contain button. So hold L2 or LT and move in a little circle instead of going straightly down, because you will lose all your speed if you go straightly down in this situation. But we're going to move with a little curve over there, and therefore we keep our speed. So hold the L2 button and move with a little curve instead of going straightly down. We're going to the top left, to the left, and now we're going down. And again, do press manually the tackle button once you get close to your opponent with the ball. And this is the perfect clip to show exactly what I'm talking about. We can see here that we're a little bit over aggressive. We got beaten, but we walk with a curve movement twice actually, and we get the ball back. So we change, it looks like we're beaten, but we walk in a little circle, and therefore we keep our speed, and then we do the contain curve movement after that and press the tackle button manually again, and we get the ball there. This section is about stepping out with your defenders. We can see here that all three defenders are marking air. They're not marking any opponent. It's not dangerous. We need to step out with one player and get the ball quickly and easily, so we can go for a counter attack again. Look at this. This looks a little dangerous maybe, but once we step out with one player, the situation is not dangerous anymore at all, because my four defenders were just marking absolutely nothing. And just don't be afraid to step out with one player. Like here, we get the ball easily again over and over, and we do not even give them a chance to get into that counter situation, because the four defenders here again are marking no one, and just step out with one player, take the ball, and we can go for the counter attack yet again. We can see four players back. Just don't be afraid, get them out there. And over here we can see another situation. In the top left, his player is making a run. We have to make sure to cover that run ourselves, but we can press the R1 or RB button to make sure that this AI will step out with Pepper while we cover the run of our opponent ourselves. Now, double marking, it's a technique I use very often on the wing. Basically, our opponent can go two directions, outside for the cross or inside for the shot, or combination possibly, and you're just going to block both directions with one player. It's very easy to cover if you have two players to defend over there. You do not need to be in the defensive position. With one player, you're just going to take into account only that he goes inside. With the other player, you're just going to take into account only that he goes outside, and therefore you cannot go anywhere at all. And we can see that very well illustrated right here. The guy in the yellow circle is going to make sure that he cannot go down. So I'm running with Iniesta, I'm running up, I'm not even running to the player. I'm going to overplay the top side. I'm going to make sure that he cannot go up as well. With Iniesta, I'm only going to take account of the top direction of Benzema, because the down direction was already accounted for by the AI. Well, we just have some situation in which you want to step out. Let's see now when you do not want to step out. Well, obviously in this situation, you do not want to make the challenge. Stall, slow him down. With slowing down, I mean just stay in this position right here. And he couldn't go to the goal, and we slowed him down, and the situation was neutralized. In this situation, I do not want to make the challenge. If he beats me, it's going to get dangerous. Just slow him down, just contain over there. And if he goes for the sprint anyway, then you can take the ball. But you just have to slow him down, wait for the defense to get back there, and do not make the challenge in those situations. Marking space. Defending is not only about pressing the right button, it's also about being smart. The guy over here is about to get the ball on the left side of the pitch, and do I really want to go there? The answer is no, because if I go there, I will leave a huge gap in the middle of the field, and two Barcelona's players are ready to run in there and exploit that gap. Defending is really also about making sure that no one on the pitch has space, because if your opponent gets space, that means that he can get dangerous. And I did not want to go there in this case, because I would leave a huge gap behind me. You really have to think about, do I really want to go to there, or do I maybe want to stay in the middle and cover some space? We can see here that I was blocking the passing lane, and I did not go to the Modric, but I'm now also not going directly to the player on the wing, because if I go there, what is going to happen? I will leave a huge gap in the middle of the field, as you can see right here, and that player, Benzema, I think, will have a huge amount of space, and it can get dangerous. You do not want to have any of your opponents to have space, and so especially if your opponent gets the ball on the wing, you maybe should consider, do I really want to go to the wing, or should I just let him control the ball and then go to him gradually? But you do have to take into account, you do not want to leave huge gaps of space on your side of the pitch. The lob through ball, I know for many players this is the main source of conceding goals. So we can see here it's about to go wrong. Suarez is making a run and Ramos was not covering. So just before he gives that lob pass, switch players with the right analog stick, because you cannot avoid to get the wrong player in this situation. Tap the right analog stick to the left. We need the right player instantaneously. We do not have time to go player switching. So we also need to choose the correct player. We can see that the orange arrow is where the ball is going to travel through the air, and we need Pepe over there, or Ramos it is, because he is going to have to win that header. And the second step is to get closer, because else the ball will still go over the top of the player you're controlling. So it's very important, which player do you want to select. We can see over here the orange arrow is where the ball is going to go travel to the air. So we need to select Pepe and not Marcelo, because if we select Marcelo we cannot win the header. So we run back with Pepe, and step 2 is get closer. So we get closer and we win the header. So always select the guy on the side from which the pass is going to be given. The pass is coming from the upside of the field, so I'm going to select the player which is above the guy making a run. The pass is coming from down, but this is actually going to be a low through ball. But I just want to make the point that before he gives the pass we're already sprinting, and that is very important when defending. Don't react when he gives the pass. I'm going to run to him, but before he gives the pass we're going to cover the space. And we can see also very nicely here, I'm running past him. Is this very bad defending? No, I want to be in the defensive position again. This is what I want to do. And once I'm close, I'm going to manually press the tackle button. Let's talk about the defensive line now. With that I mean the red line, which you can see right now, which is usually your back four where they're positioned. The thing is, you do not want to get far behind that red line, because you're going to mess up your entire defensive organization. And right here we can see what happens if you do not press the tackle button yourself. You do not take the ball. We do get it luckily, but that was a good illustration right there what happens. And this is a situation, we lose the ball, and look at that, this is the lob through ball situation. We need to select PK because the ball is coming from the downwards position, but look at that, we're far behind the red line. We're gonna mess up our entire defensive organization. We do not want to be here. We want to go back and put Benzema offside, because we do not want to get in a one-on-one situation with Benzema for the header. So we can see here, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that again with curved movement. We're not going to go straight to the left. We're going to do a little bit curved movement, and once we're on the line with Benzema, then we're going to the left. And here we can see we are restoring the back line. There was too much of a gap here, and we can see that our opponent, that player, is going to actually stop his run because he had nowhere to go anymore. Now, anticipation, as said before, defending is mostly about being smart and thinking ahead, and not only about pressing the right buttons. Ronaldo has just beat us on the wing. We need to switch players. We cannot keep running after him with Rodriguez. We need to think ahead, and usually you're going to want to pick Modric and track back with him and block his run, but he's too far away in this situation, so we need to select Khedira. And because Ronaldo is running up, we need a player who's up on the upside of Ronaldo to make sure that we're going to block his run. And this is overplay aside, the double marking technique yet again. We can see with Khedira I'm running to the top right. I'm not running at Ronaldo. I'm just going to make sure that Ronaldo cannot go that direction, because the other direction is covered by Rodriguez. He's making sure that he cannot go left, and with Khedira we only have to focus that he cannot go to the top left either. So we're going to overplay that side, and he's going to do exactly as we predicted, and we intercept the ball there. You get beaten again on the wing, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to track back with our midfielder, but do anticipate. Make sure you're ahead of the situation. That pass did not happen yet, but before that pass happened, we already anticipated it and made sure to close down the space over there. There's a huge gap between our defenders, so let's just close it. That's anticipation. Make sure it cannot even happen before it even got dangerous. We already fixed that, and once we're close to him, of course we're going to manually press the tackle button again. It's dangerous over there. We need to fix the back line. Before something happened, we're already fixing it, and he cannot give a nice through ball there, and we intercept that with the tackle indeed. Another more advanced topic about being smart, we're gonna tell our opponent where to go. So how am I gonna do that? Look at that, what is this? Is it very bad defending? I was quite close, I'm going up, what am I doing? I'm basically telling my opponent, yo mate, you should go down, and look at that, he run right in my trap, got stuck between four defenders, and I actually let him get out of there. That wasn't good. But what am I doing here? I'm going up, our opponent is to the right of me, right? So what am I doing? I'm basically telling him, you should go to the bottom left, go over there, I do not care, be my guest. I'm pushing him to the side, I'm telling him where to go, then we're going to contain and go with curved movement to him in the defensive position, and once we're close, we press the tackle button manually. We get beaten here, and when your opponent is sprinting, it's a very good method to just push him to the side, push him to the sideline over here. I was afraid this was going to go to the gap or the bottom, but he's going up, so I'm going down with Lam, and I'm telling him, yo mate, go to the side, you just go to the side, I do not care, and we intercept the ball. For the last section of this amazing defending tutorial, we call it the trap. We can see that he cannot cross it to anyone, and Pepe is already blocking the cross, so I anticipate that he is going to want to turn back and get out of that situation, so I'm going to take care of that and do not even allow him to turn back. We can see here we're pushing him nicely to the side. Yo mate, go to the sideline. You cannot go anywhere else. We're pushing him to the side. And I'm going to make sure that he cannot even go back. We're going to want to trap him over there. He cannot cross it to anyone. Our other defenders taking care that he cannot go the outside. So even before he tries to go back, make sure that he cannot go back and he's trapped into the corner over there. But this is going to be the end of this amazing tutorial. Generating tutorials like this really does take a lot of time. So please leave a like. Subscribe to my channel. This was SOETIE. See you next time.